Lionel Richie is one of the few voices in the history of soul music that possesses the emotional depth and worldwide appeal that he was able to achieve. Richie, in his capacity as the main vocalist of the Commodores, was instrumental in the creation of some of the most memorable successes of the 1970s. He was able to combine funk, soul, and pop into a sound that encapsulated an entire era. Richie's vocal power and lyrical creativity are on full display in the song Sail On, which was published in 1979 from the album Midnight Magic. This song stands out as a significant ballad that demonstrates Richie's talent. As a result of the recent release of isolated vocal tracks for Sail On, fans and music scholars have been able to get a rare view into the raw, unadorned genius of Richie's performance. This has revealed the heart and soul that lies beneath one of the Commodores' most adored songs. This 1,000-word investigation digs into the enchantment of those vocals that are separated, as well as the genesis of the music and the impact it has had over time. The origins of the song Sail On. The Commodores, a band that had already succeeded with classics such as Brick House and Easy, had a turning point in their career when they released their album Sail On in August of 1979. The song was written by Lionel Richie, and it signaled a transition toward a sound that was more introspective and emotionally resonant. It also came at a time when Richie was beginning his solo career in the 1980s. The song, which is a ballad with a mid-tempo composition with influences from country and soul music, depicts the story of a guy who is coming to grips with a relationship that is failing and who makes the decision to let go gracefully rather than cling to something that is broken. As a result of its universal message of heartbreak and acceptance, it reached its highest position on the Billboard Hot 100 chart at number 4, while it reached number 8 on the R&B chart. The arrangement of the song, which features lavish instruments and the Commodore's distinctive beat, is a masterclass because it strikes the perfect balance. On the other hand, Richie's vocals are the ones that bear the emotional weight, weaving a story of suffering, determination, and encouragement. A revelation that highlights Richie's technical prowess and emotional depth is the isolated vocal track, which was recently posted on platforms such as YouTube and debated in music forums such as Soul Tracks. This track removes the instruments, allowing listeners to concentrate exclusively on Richie's voice. It is like discovering a secret treasure when you listen to the isolated vocals that Lionel Richie recorded for the song Sail On. The raw power of his voice is the focal point of the performance because there is no accompaniment from guitars, drums, or horns. Richie's tone is pleasant yet tinged with melancholy from the very first line, which is Sail On down the line, about a half a mile or so. This tone establishes the tone for a story about love that has been lost. The way he expresses himself is meticulous, with each note being selected with great care to reflect the narrator's despondency. His voice has a tiny tremolo that adds a depth of vulnerability, which causes the listener to feel the weight of his decision to walk away from the situation immediately. In the solitary track, Richie's dynamic control is brought to the forefront. His tone is subdued and almost conversational throughout the lines, giving the impression that he is speaking honestly to a close friend. When he reaches the chorus, he swells to a soaring crescendo, allowing the anguish and power of the lyrics to come through. Sail on, honey/good times never felt so good. Even more striking is the contrast between the joyful melody and the mournful lyrics in the isolated voices, which demonstrates Richie's ability to communicate a wide range of feelings through the use of minor inflections. According to a retrospective article published by Billboard in 2025, Richie's voice in Sail On is a masterclass in storytelling, turning a simple breakup song into a universal anthem of letting go. The vocal performance that Richie does in the song Sail On is an experiment in technical perfection. Even in the more difficult parts of the song, his pitch is flawless, as demonstrated by the isolated track. During the bridge, as he sings, "I know it's hard to see / the truth is plain to see," his voice effortlessly ascends into a higher range, retaining its clarity and control throughout the process. In addition to adding texture, the little roughness in his voice also provides a glimpse of the genuine passion that lies beneath the surface. Richie's voice was previously described by music producer Quincy Jones, who later collaborated with Richie on his solo records, is provided by the isolated vocals. In the chorus, his supporting vocals merge in perfectly with the lead vocals, producing a choral effect that is both rich and vast, giving the impression of being both intimate and expansive. These harmonies, which were recorded in the famed Studio A of Motown, are a monument to the collaborative spirit of the Commodores. Richie frequently sang many parts himself in order to obtain the desired sound. "We would spend hours getting those harmonies just right," remembered Menon Williams, the keyboardist for the Commodores, talking about the band in an interview from 1980. From the beginning, Lionel had a clear idea of how the vocals should carry the song, and he never failed to deliver on that vision. Resonance of the song regarding emotions. Sail On is a song that has stood the test of time because of its emotional honesty, which is revealed through the use of isolated vocals. During a period of personal contemplation, Richie penned the song, pulling inspiration from his own experiences with relationships and the sorrow that comes with letting go of a relationship. It's about realizing that you can't hold on to something that's not working, no matter how much you love it, he said in an interview with Rolling Stone in the year 1981. This point is driven home by the single tape, which makes every tremor in his voice and every delay between lines sound like a confession when they are played. Fans of the website have expressed similar sentiments, with one user writing in June 2025, "Hearing Lionel's isolated vocals for Sail On is like hearing his heartbreak in real time. It is very gorgeous in a spooky way." Richie's flexibility is also shown in the song's music, which has a country-influenced feel, which is unusual for a Motown act. Sail On is influenced by a variety of musical genres, including country music, soul music, and gospel music, which he was exposed to while growing up in Tuskegee, Alabama. It is the isolated vocals that show how he transmits these roots, with a subtle twang in his delivery that gives credibility to the narrative of the song. Sail On was able to resonate with a large audience thanks to its cross-genre appeal, which paved the way for Richie's later solo hits such as Hello and All Night Long. A past that will last forever. A resurgence of interest in Sail On has occurred as a result of the publication of the isolated voice track, particularly among younger listeners who have discovered the Commodores through streaming services. Richie's performance has been cited as a benchmark for budding singers by music educators who have used the piece in vocal workshops at their institutions. The vocal teacher Sarah Thompson was quoted in an article published in 2025 by Variety as saying, "It's not just about hitting the notes. Richie's delivery teaches you how to feel the music and how to make every word matter," said the speaker. The song has also been covered by other musicians, such as Luke Bryan, who gave a performance of it on American Idol in 2024. Bryan mentioned that Richie's guidance was essential in defining his approach to the song. Sail On continues to be a defining event in Richie's career, even though he is now 76 years old and a judge on American Idol. As he reflected on the development of the song, he said, "It came from a real place, during an episode that aired in the year 2025. I was not merely singing, rather I was actually living those lyrics." His participation on American Idol has made his music accessible to a younger audience, and the isolated vocals have become a phenomenon that has gone viral, with over 2 million streams on YouTube by the month of July 2025. Fans have expressed their admiration for the unfiltered expression of emotion, with one remark stating, "Lionel's voice in Sail On without the music is pure soul. It's almost as if he's singing for you directly." A single voice's capacity to influence. Lionel Richie continues to be a musical icon, and the isolated vocals for Sail On serve to remind us of this fact. Although it is devoid of any instrumentation, his voice effortlessly carries the weight of the song, transforming a straightforward ballad into a masterpiece that will stand the test of time. The music demonstrates not just his technical prowess, but also his capacity to connect with listeners on a personal level, thereby giving them the impression that they are seen and understood. Sail On is a monument to the power of a single voice to move hearts across generations, and it serves as a testament to the fact that the legacy of the Commodores will continue to live on, and Richie will continue to inspire people through American Idol. In the event that you are listening to it for the very first time or for the 100th time, those vocals that are isolated serve as a reminder that genuine talent is timeless.